The back of the jacket usually has a little reflective button in it there, and I find they fall out, and so you end up with a split. Let's fix it. Obviously the first thing we're going to do is cut out this bit of cloth here because it's no longer functional. Let's have a look at what's left in the way of damage. So it will have started off by being a small split, and of course over time with washing and things it's grown. It's quite long. I've bought, for not very much money, from a local bike shop, these reflective straps, the ones you use on your ankles. The first thing we're going to do is tack this lot into place. We do have to go through both layers of material. If we said before, we can't get through one, they're connected. And the tacking is not going to involve a stay stitch because I want to be able to pull this thread out when we've finished. So I'll quickly do a tacking stitch all the way around this split. It won't take very long. Just a reminder here, you have to keep this very flat, and I'm stitching very close to the raw edges because I need the fabric to stay in place. You see I've even gone round this little dot here. So neatness here will pay in the long run. Oh, I have to rethread that. I'd hoped to be able to get a really nice thick band, but I couldn't. So this is going to do. We've got Velcro ends on these because they're designed to stick around your ankles, but we're not going to use them. There's a tiny split just here, but I'm going to leave that and hand sew it into position. Otherwise, we're going to attach this reflective band over the back of the jacket so it'll act as safety and also keep the jacket for longer. I've cut this to length. Now this is made of synthetic material. I've quickly exposed that to flame. So I did that on the gas ring and I quickly passed it by the gas. And what it does is it seals it. That's how they cut it in production. They cut it with a heat knife. So now it won't unravel as we sew. I'm going to work in grey thread so that you can see what I'm doing quite clearly. Grey would be fine, and if you have a yellow or something similar then you could use that, but don't bother to buy anything special. First of all, and I'm working with a single thread, I'm going to secure on the back where I can feel the tape. It doesn't matter where we start because we just go all the way around, so the starting place is not important. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to test this because on fine knit very often you find you have to put more in for a secure stitch, but you don't here. Okay, I'll take the thread through to the front and I'm aiming for more or less the centre of that ribbon section. It is easier to work on this ribbon section than it would be if I'd bought a wide width of that reflective band, because the reflective band is really quite thick for a needle. Now I'm going to do the usual back stitch, just all the way around. Stitches won't be that small because this is what's called a Petersham ribbon. That means it's quite thick, so bending the cloth is more difficult. And the length of the stitch is not really important. It's the fact that it's continuous, because that will shelter the split material behind. I'm going to go all the way around and show you the finished item. So I've got to the end of a thread. I need to replace it. I've taken it through to the back and I shall secure it on the back like that, and then do the same for the next thread to start out. It's not worth doing it on this side. The fabric's too thick. I think this has taken about 10 minutes. So I'm just coming to the last stitch. And I'll go through to the back and secure the stitch again. 1, 2, 3. Run the thread sort of between the layers. Snip it. And then take out this tacking, just because it looks less than pleasant. So pull that out. There we are. Now that is the job done. There's a slight tear here. Can you see that? I'm not fussed about that at all because, well, we could stitch it down, that's up to you. But it's not really going to catch on much. And jacket saved, I think.